Let's take a look at the euro yen for the upcoming November the 4th session. As you can see, yesterday we got that close below that trend line, and this is the nice follow through that we've had. It was a good trade, and that was nice. We didn't have much up and down like we did on the euro dollar and the pound dollar pairs. So that was a fairly smooth transition through there. What we're having right now to develop is we're going to extend this trend line here, right? Because I want to take you back to a 1 hour chart. You can see this trend line coming down from the top, and this trend line here is going to be part of our trade for tonight. And you can see if we go back to a 4 hour, we're right there. It goes all the way back to this peak. So let's go on down to the 1 hour chart, because the MACD is pretty much in a neutral position. It looks like it wants to maybe go on back to the downside, but it's neutral. We have some bearish weighting here on it though. So for the euro yen for the upcoming session, what we're going to do is we're going to watch this trend line here, and then we're also going to watch this trend line up here on this 4 hour trend line on the top side. So any kind of close above this 4 hour trend line to the top side on the 60-minute chart, we're going to look to go long with our stop back here below this trend line. Any kind of close below this lower trend line on a 60-minute chart, we're going to look to go short and have our stop above this trend line. Now, as we come down, it's important here on this selling opportunity that you prepare to take some money off the table in advance of these lows, because we had like a double bottom in this area. You can see right here and here. So you want to fund your trade in advance of these lows here, and then make sure that you leave some of your trade on the table to see if it breaks through. And I would also set a limit for a portion of your trade down here near this spiked low that we had from the beginning of the start of the trading week on that, so that you have 2 price targets, and then leave a little bit more to run beyond that point as well. So just 1 buy, 1 sell we're going to be looking for on the euro yen, and it was one of the better trades from yesterday. So that's what we're going to be looking for on the euro yen for the upcoming November the 4th session. Let's take a look at the pound dollar for the upcoming November the 4th session. Again, let's take a look at some of the trades we were looking at. Remember, it was a tight range yesterday, and this was our lines that we looked at yesterday, if you want to take a look at the video. And we were taken into the trade here, and we put our stop above this level right here. We're coming in to this trend line. It was a very narrow range. And it's unfortunate when you get into such a tight range like this and it doesn't continue to follow through very quickly. You kind of just have to say, okay, we stopped out to this side, right, to the downside. I didn't say we got stopped out. We got taken in. And that's the way we're going to keep the trade until we break some kind of resistance point. And as you can see, after the video we did yesterday, there was a resistance level right here. And had we had price closed above that level, we would have been stopped out there. And it fell in that direction of trend. Again, you can see price has been dipping up and dipping down, dipping back up. But if you look at where price is, it's pretty much at the average still for the week. Now, the pound dollar does present us with a pretty good trading opportunity on both sides for today. We have this nice trend line that's coming up through here. We're going to take this slope right here. And we also have this nice price rejection level that we had up here. All right, whoops, wrong tool there. And we're going to go ahead at that level right here, that price rejection. You can see price went up to that level and was pushed back. So any kind of, and you can look at the MACD, we're basically in a neutral position here. And we're going to be looking for a close above this level here on the 60-minute chart to go long. We're going to be looking close below this trend line here on the 60-minute chart to go short. And those are the 2 basically key levels we're going to be watching for. One of the reasons we'll take a close below this on a 60-minute chart to go short is because we're closing back into this previous support level. And if we're closing below this trend line, odds are we're closing into that. We're going to continue on maybe down to this double bottom. Now, as far as profit goes, you're going to have to book your profit very aggressively. As you can see, we're not getting much movement one way and then back the other way this week. So, you need to take your portion of your trades off, 70% of your trade right now in that 25 to 35 pip range, and then let some of it run. Maybe set some targets out here at some of these resistance points you can see up here. Or especially if you get into a trade that's in a sell on a close below this trend line here, then you'd want to take some money off the table as you pay yourself as you go 25 to 35 pips, and then definitely have a price target down here near these lows, and then leave some on to see if it's going to run. So for the pound dollar for the upcoming November the 4th session, we're looking for one buy and one sell opportunity.